Afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday again, 17th of November. Goodness me, what were we doing this time last year? What tile were we on? I know we were heading up to tile 100, weren't we, for December the 31st, but yes, it's for we've come on, haven't we? We've done quite a few since then. I do have something else planned for December as well, so you have to keep watching the posts for that. So what we're doing today then for 191, I do have my pen pencil tortilla. I do have some inks with me today as well, and you notice it, I've not got my board. I've got a little bit of paper behind to help me to ink, and you see here I've actually got a piece of paper and I've just taped it to the desk. I know I haven't given you the heads up on this, but you can do this without starting the inking first. You can ink later, so we'll see what we're going to do, shall we? So here we go. I've gone for a pastel tile because we've not done these for ages, and I thought it's quite nice to sort of go back and see what we're going to do with it. So on one side I've drawn myself a line, and you see here I've sort of put a little mark, and I wanted you to just see how I did this, but of course I didn't want to spend the whole session doing it. So I've got a mark there and I've got a nice straight edge here, so I'm going to line it up with the bottom of my stencil, and very gently I'm just going to put a line down, okay? And then what I can do, I'm just going to slide this one underneath so I've got that line lined up there. Now, it's just because I don't want to use tape on my tile, just in case it marks. I don't want to sort of risk that. So here we go. I'm going to do the same this side now. Just going to line up. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's straight. I was just checking. No, it isn't. Maybe I'll use that side. There we go. I'm just going to line up that with that. And again, I'm going to put some tape stuck to me. It's difficult doing this with a camera in the way. We are close to the tile, but it's not touching, you see? And then same on the other side. There we go. So I've just got a little bit of a guide there, because I only want to ink this little bit in the middle, okay? Let's say you can just mark those lines on with a pencil. You can come back in and ink later if you want to. What do I have with me today then? I've got two colours. I've got a bit of a pink look and a bit of a purple. So I'm going to come in with the lightest first. Let me just make sure that I'm lined up there. It's not going to hold the tile in place. It's just going to stop you from inking down that bottom edge, okay? So I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm just going to add some ink along this edge. I'm just trying to keep hold of that and that at the same time. I'm sure there's an easy way of doing it, but I just want to get a bit of ink in there. Just be gentle with it. I suppose the easiest way is just to make sure that you've got real, seriously, like non-tacky, there we go, non-tacky tape, and do it that way. But there we go. Okay, so I'm not going all the way to the edge. I'm just wanting it a little bit down the sides, and I'm going to do the same with the purple. 1 second, just swapping my colours over. And it's same again. Now this time I'm not going to put as much in, just a little bit. Just hold that in place. There we go. Of course, you could do it with a bit of a torn edge as well if you want to, but I'm aiming for a nice straight edge if possible. It doesn't have to be completely blended. We know we just want to have a little bit of colour in there. There we go. Okay, so I've just literally done down the centre there. So it's not going to take too long once you get it all taped up. So let's move that off. Move that off. There we go. So we've got this sort of stripe. Now I don't mind the pencil line being there because I'm going to use my tortillon later just to give that a bit of a blend. But there we go, we've got this sort of line of colour down there. So coming on in then straight away with a pen. Are we ready for this? Luke, pen? Yeah, all right. And we are frantically downstairs trying to get all the orders out before Hermes get here. We've really gone for it today, and I'm hoping we can do it. We're about, I don't know, maybe 25, and so hopefully he's going to give us another hour. So okay, are we ready? I'm going to start, it really doesn't matter where you start. The idea is though, I'm going to keep completely within this inked section here. So I'm going to start with a bubble. not too small. There we go, bit of a bubble. Okay. Joanne, yes, I do have some pens left. I did bring quite a stock in, so I will put them on my website as soon as I can. Okay. Bit of an aura around there, so it's a little bit wider. Oh, Nadia, I love it. Tingling. I'm sure you meant tangling, but it sounds funny. It makes me smile. So some of you will have had your Hermes note already. The rest to say we're not too far off. We're getting on with them. Okay, see here where you've got a bit of a gap and you think, oh, am I going to get them in? Just sort of make it fit. There we go. A little bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. And it's exciting, isn't it, when you're waiting for stuff to come. And the Hermes is like, yeah, we're on our way. Oh, I know, I get that too. Alright, so I'm just going to sort of fill in those gaps. A little bit of ink. There we are. So we've got this kind of a little disc shape. Now if you find that you want to do this in pencil just to start with, please feel free. I don't want you to feel pressured to get your petals in the right sort of amount. So it's entirely up to you. See, I'm doing a little bit of a wave at the in the middle there. That's 3. So I'm going to gauge, look, I've got space. That's where I'm going to aim for the next petal. See, it gives you a bit of an idea. There we go. So whether you want to try and put dots in just to give you a hand and then do that, but that's going for there, okay? So I'm just going to come in the middle and add a little droplet. All right. Same with this. I'm just going to fill it in and then I'm going to put one either side, just like that. And then again, I'm going to fill it in. There we are. Okay, oh, missed a bit. So let's do the same again. Oh, I do apologise for my fingers. It's because when you're working with paper, because we've been opening envelopes and things, it does sort of make them a little bit dry. But then I didn't want to use the moisturiser because then it puts leaves a little bit of grease. So we don't want that either. So we will moisturise when we're done. There we go. So I'm going to do the same on each of those petals. Look, I'm just going to fill in. There we are. And then I always start with the middle. Whether you want to draw them all first and then fill them in, or you want to fill them in with a different colour, it's absolutely fine. Oh, Vicky, are you? Tile swaps. I haven't forgotten. I need to have a look on my little list about who got yours. I've just not had a minute. I just want to get all the orders out. So everything else stops for that. Okay, so we've got that. So here we go. I'm going to come back out now from this point. I'm going to create a larger one of those sort of petal shapes, you see. And let's do another one here. Let's bring it out. All right. And same again. And again. And of course here I'm not going to have quite enough space. So let's bring it out and pretend. And in, pretend. There we go. So we're just going to see a section of it. There we are. Okay. So I'm going to come back to doing something with that in a second. But I want to look at where I'm at. I'm going to do another one of those bubbles, sort of here. Take your time with your bubbles, no rush. And then I'm going to aura just as before. There we go. And then round we go, adding these little bubbles in. Makes it almost look a little bit gem-like in the middle there, doesn't it? There we are. And of course, any of that gaps, we're just going to fill with a bit of ink there. There we go, just working it round. There you are. Okay. So here we go again. I'm gonna turn my tile slightly because I don't want it in the same orientation as that one. So I'm gonna come in again. There's one. And then in again. There's second, third, fourth. See, this time look, I've got a gap here. So instead of getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I might end up with 6. But that's absolutely fine. See, I've just put a little mark there so I can sort of gauge. There's one, look, and there's. It's going to go slightly underneath. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. So, looking at it again, we're going to bring in those little teardrops. So you see, I could do all of them so, and then fill them in, or I could do one and fill, one and fill. Really doesn't matter. Whatever you're comfortable with. And then here we go, just adding those little droplets in again. And filling it in. There we go. And again, just adding that ink in. Oh no, Kathy, yeah, classes this weekend. It's exciting. I've got a few designs there ready to go. So all that's planned. It's just getting all the kits put together after we've done the packing. And then, yeah, looking forward to it. Okay. See, just looking it round. Same again. Now you see here, because this one gets slightly under, I'm going to sort of continue that idea that, you see, just going to have a little one there, so it looks like it's followed on there. And then back in for the last petal. And again, I'm just going to fill it in a bit. Alright. Okay. So here we go again. I'm going to pull up and come back in with that little M shape at the top. And work it round. And here we go. And again, just keep turning your tile and just don't press on too much. Let the pen do all the work. So you're not going to see much of that one. It's going under there. And then of course, same with this one. We're just going to see a little bit coming out there. And then this one back to kind of size. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Joanne. Look forward to that. Tile swap too. I actually did my tile swap on the same day. So mine's done and ready. All signed off. I'm a bit more organised this time. Here we go. Bringing those bubbles in again. Just working my way around. No rush. Filling a little one in there. Just taking those little bits of ink. It's quite nice actually. I've not worked on a pastel tile for a little bit. It's nice working on something, isn't it? With that just a hint of colour. Of course, that ink in the background, just giving it a little bit of a lift as well. Changed it up a little bit. And there we go. So there's 1, 2. Let's see how many I get in this time. 3, 4. See, I'm going to end up with 6 again. There we are. Put 1. And into there. See, it really doesn't matter. Okay. Oh. All right. Looks like some of us are out there today. We're suffering a little bit. I hope you feel better soon. Get sorted. Hope blood tests come back okay. Goodness me. Hope you're all in the process of having your booster sessions. I've got my booster injection. Well, I can have it from Saturday, but of course, as we know, Saturday we're going to be here, and Sunday and Monday I'm going to be in Peterborough, so I'm going to head to one of the walk-in centres on Tuesday and get mine done. Same the side. So something really pleasant about doing these little loops and then filling them in. I say you don't have to use black, but it's kind of nice. So, especially with that pink in the background. You don't have to use the pink. The sample that I did with a yellow pastel tile, so I'll be able to show you that in a little bit. There we go. Straight in with the last ones. And you're restricting it as well. Sometimes we use a border and we go all the way around, but there's nothing to say we can't swap that border around and have it just in part of the tile. It's not completely fixed. We could go over it if we want to, but that's entirely our choice. You see, we're not going to see much of that. Not much of this one either. It's going to go under there. I mean, if you want to go outside the border, you can. Stop in there. Okay, so that's some my little flowers. So I'm going to come back and add some tangles in these in a little bit, but I just want to work with a couple of spaces first. Let's have a look. See, I've got a space here. So I'm going to come out from this petal. I'm going to create a little bit of a loop. Let's put a little line and a dot in there. And then a little loop sort of to one side. See how it goes over? And then again and over. Okay. And if you can put a little line in. If it's too narrow, it doesn't matter. Or you could fill it with black ink if you like. Alright, let's have a look at where else we could do it. Could you imagine this actually down on a full-blown card? It doesn't have to stay with a tile. You could actually do this quite as a long piece or a border, which should be quite nice. So again, loop, and then bring one in this side, a little line, look. One in this side, and a little line. Okay. So I'm gonna have one here as well. So again, it's going to go underneath there. And then along and in there, a little line. And see there. Okay. I think, yeah, we'll probably let's get another one in here. There's that little line. And then in and along. In and along. Okay, now, if you wanted to, you could actually add an extra one in if yours is quite long. You see, let's see if we can fit that in there. See, maybe a little bit at the back there. See, that one's quite close, so I'm not going to do it there nor there. But you know, it depends on how long your little loop is that you first did. Let's put one in here. Let's go a little bit longer. See, a little line and a dot. And then of course along and down. Same at this side, along and down. And then of course I'm going to add another one in there. There you go. Okay, that fits perfectly, doesn't it, inside the screen there? That's great. So, okay, let's keep going. Next little bit then. I'm going to come in with sort of say a regular. We can do a line with a loop. And I'm going to fill that one in. And then come back out, line with a loop. Fill it in. I'm going to get another one in there. Lines and loops and fill in. Okay. Okay, let's have a look where else we can fit some of those. Let's have some here. Line with a loop. Fill it in. And again with a loop, fill it in. You see I'm coming from that original centre line and then just bringing those loops out. Let's have a look. Alright, what about, let's just bring one out here, line in a loop. And of course up there, but I'm not going to go any further. And then maybe out here, line with a loop. Same again. Okay, let's go another one. You need to look at your tile and think, where do you want to put yours? Your flowers might be in different places. So let's have one sort of working here. Let's go it off there. So it looks like it's continuing then underneath, going all the way around. Okay, I'm going to come in a little bit more. See, I'm just going to fill that one in. There you go. A bit more. There we are. So let's work up the top here. We've got a little bit of space. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and create, again, I'm just going to bring it back on itself. Just put a little dot on the end. And then, so I can do the same here, look, little dot. And then back and around, and a little dot. You see? Let's bring one out here, look, little dot. These little flourishes, you can bring them in wherever you want to do. You could also use a white pen or a silver pen to do them. Let's have a look at that. Okay. So let's have one here, look, it's going in and around there. A little dot. And one up here. So yeah, they don't have to go all the way around. You don't have to have two together. You can do whatever you want to do. Different sizes. You can have them looking around. There we go. And then let's work our way around. Let's have a look. Let's have one coming out there. See, looking underneath. Maybe a little one there. Let's have a look at that. It's filling up quite nicely. So let's oh, Bridget, yeah, maybe, yeah, it does a little bit, doesn't it? I'm liking this one. Of course, it wouldn't be right. It'd be quite rude to not put a few zingers in, being that Julie's watching today. So here we go. If you've never done a zinger, where have you been? But here we go. Line, bubble, and then I'm going to aura around. And then same again, but each time that aura gets a little bit shorter and shorter till eventually it's just little dots. There we go. See? Okay. See if I can get a few more in there. Let's bring one here. So again, I'm going to keep it into the border there, so I don't want to move over from there. And of course you can bring these over the top of things or underneath. It's entirely up to you where you want to use them. I have one there, look. They're all sort of drawn in black. Oh, you're welcome, Julie. And yes, Sally, hope you're feeling better soon. You've had a bit of a tough time, haven't you? I hope the firemen were good looking. Oh, long story, eh? Okay. So I'm just going to come in with these outer petals that we said we were going to be working on a little bit. Now if you actually want to come in with a different colour pen for this one, you can do. But I'm going to keep it with the black. It would look nice with a grey. Or, you know, maybe using a pink fine liner. But I'm just going to stick with the black for now. I'm going to choose any one of them. It really doesn't matter. And I'm going to come in with a line in the middle there. And I'm just going to fill this side with lines. I'm just going to keep them kind of straight. I'm not going to try and follow the petal shape there. And the same on the other side. Okay. And then the same as before. Start in the middle and work your way one side and then the other. from Sally. Oh, I think I'd have needed my glasses on. Oh dear. You have to laugh. Come on. We've got you. You'll get through this. Okay. Working it up. Look. That side. Oh, joining the sides. There we go. Now working on this one, because you've got this edge, I find actually if you work from the out in, because sometimes you get these little blobs, don't you? So I want to make sure that it's quite uniform. There you go. So start in the middle, Sandra. Do what I say. There you go. All on one side and all on the other. Okay, there we go. So let's work on this next one. I'm going to come in this time, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to come in with my little swirls. And again, if you wanted to, you could use a different colour for each one. But entirely up to you. And, you know, any space we've got, just fill it with black ink. Same all the way around. There we go. And then I'm just going to fill that, being that I don't have any more space there to do another little swirl. And same with this one. And this one. There we go. A couple little gaps there. Let's have a look, see where we're going with that, you see? So, same with the rest of the petals going around. Now, of course, if you want to use a different tangle, feel free. It's absolutely fine. But if you want to copy along, that's fine too. Everybody has their favourites. There we go. It's a little bit different, I think, isn't it, to create a little bit of a flower and then tangle within the petals. Oh, Richard, you have to bring it to food. But yeah, I know what you mean. But you know what? Are you a Swiss roll person that just agrees with the jam, or do you like the jam and the cream? See, for me, it's got to be just the jam. But of course, gluten-free flour now, of course. There we go. I must admit, I'm doing really well with that. I'm sort of getting into the hang of this gluten-free business. Okay. Just working my way around. It's kind of nice as well with this ink, that it changes colour as you're going around. So, you know, you get so that this one's quite dark and some more lighter, so you're getting that natural shading as well. There we are. And then potentially, look, I'm going to go on the edge here. Oh, okay, I don't want to go over that border if I can help it. And then same into this one here. Okay. Then just keep it going. Yeah. So when I was putting my inks out and ready last night, my little Benji, there he was. Hey, Mum, what have you got there? So me, daftly, opened it and said, look, it's just ink, see? It's no food, it's just ink. So for a little while last night, Benji had a purple nose. And yeah, I did take a photo as Seth was looking all sweet and innocent, saying he was good. Could he have a treat anyway? And Benji was like, yeah, I've got a purple nose, I don't care. It's funny, they are funny. Okay, let's go a little bit larger with this one. And again, let's go with the traditional tangle. going to bring in a couple of lines. I'm going to turn it round. Same again. Just sort of keep turning it, and then here, look, see as it goes underneath each line that I did before. Let's have one there. There we are. And maybe one down there. And let's do another down there. Okay. And we're just going to get a little bit of one underneath. There we go. So I'm treating each petal as a separate sort of shape. I mean, you could do this and go across the whole thing if you want to. But I'm just taking it one petal at a time. Oh, there you go. And around, into we go. There we go. And of course, into those. And sort of into there. And just sort of work them all the way around. Of course, if you wanted to just use these and not tangle in the petals and just add colour, that would look just as nice. But I just wanted to get some tangling in there today as well, just to sort of show you that you can, you can do different things with them. You don't have to keep them the same. Anything that's a space or a section, you can use to tangle in. There we are. Just have a bit of fun with it, you know. There we go. Oh, how many coloured pencils to bring? Do you know what I would do? Is I'd choose a palette and I'd stick to it. I reckon you don't need any more than 12 pencils, if that, for the basics. And of course I will have pencils here that you can borrow, so if you need any more it's fine. But yeah, so depends what colour you're thinking of. Think of a colour scheme. So for example, my sample that I've done for Saturdays, I've used red. So I've got red, orange, pink, blue, and maybe a slightly paler orange and a yellow. So that's kind of theme. Of course, you need a darker, so your blue or your purple will go for your shading. And, maybe a black and a white, of course. But don't worry about bringing 60 million pencils. You'll be fine. Just need a few. So let's look at this now, okay? We've already got some pink on here. So I've got a pencil here, a bit of magenta. There we go. And let's just have a look at using the one colour just for a minute. So here we go. I'm going to work on the inside here, and I think the first thing we're going to do is just very gently put some around the outside. So I'm leaving a little bit of a gap in the middle there, see? But then if I darken it up around the outside a bit, and then just work it in between the two. So it's just about applying different pressures, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look at that. There you go, one colour. One colour. Let's bring a highlight in. A little bit of white, see? There you go, one colour. Now if you want to be clever with it, you can bring in, let's say, a slightly darker colour. So here we go, I've got a dark blue. Let's go again. Rose, I did have some coloured pencils with me, yeah. They were Brunswick. There we go. And I did have some pens with me as well, but I can't tell you about them. There you go. See the difference there? So let's just bring that back in. Look, same again. I'm just gonna see, just sort of very lightly colour round, leaving a gap. Bring in a darker. Work between the two. There we go. And then add your white. But if you want a little bit of more depth, then go in with that blue. A little bit. See, just a little bit there. Job done. Oh, no. There we go. See? I might actually just sort of work between the two there. Just to make it out. Yeah. So I might as well do this one while I'm here. So again, here we go. Just sort of working around there. Darken it. A little bit of a zigzag. Let's just bring that blue in there, just on the edge. Just sort of blend that out a touch. White pencil. There we go. True, Bridget, yeah. Watercolours would work as well. Okay, let's bring in a normal pencil then, a bit of regular pencil. Oh, wrong side, this side. All right, so I'm just gonna add a bit around the outside of this shape and the same around this one. Okay, and then let's add some just around the shape of that petal there and that petal there. Okay, and then the same along here. Okay, just going to turn my tile, it's a little bit more comfortable to do it that way. Same on this one, and same on this one. So I'm going to do same on all of them. So there you go, pencil around there and around there. And then of course around the top of those petals there. So not being too neat, not to worry about that. And, there we go. And along there. Okay, same with this one. Working my way round. And along. And just sort of adding in that little bit of pencil. See here where this one and this one is underneath. I'm just going to add a little bit there. Yeah, just because we'll have a little bit of, there'll be a little bit of shadow. Okay, continue sort of on my way around. Just into those little bits there. Same with this one. There we go. Same with this one. Okay. Sally. I know. That's another job for his list. Okay, just a little bit on the sort of bottom edge of these little shapes here. And while I'm at it, I'm going to put a little bit on the side of the zingers. So you don't need much there. Probably the tortillon will have enough graphite on to even deal with those. A little bit of my zingers there, a little bit on here. There we go. Oh, zinger. Alright. And you see I've got this pencil here. I'm just going to turn my pencil sort of a little bit on its side, because what I want to do is I want to just add a little bit, and I want to be quite light just down that end and take just sort of looking on. There we go. Alright, so coming in with our tortillon, we'll start with the centres there, just going to soften it round, not too much, and here I'm just going to go round in little sort of circles. There we go, just moves it a little bit more, there you go. And then just touch, softening those edges on those petals. And like this before, I don't want to go the whole way, I want to have a little bit of light on that top edge. Oh, that sounded like a Hermes van door being shut down there. Does that mean that Leslie managed to get the last few done? Hopefully. Oh, if not, though, please don't panic. I'll get them out tomorrow. I think that's the majority of them. There'll just be a few, if any. There we go. Of course, same down here. Oh, actually, perhaps I'll do this. There we go. Alright. into this one, just sort of working my way around. And same as before. Oh, Bernadette, thank you. Do you know what? I love it, and I need this just as much as you do. You know, having this little community and people that love this as much as I do is just wonderful. Couldn't have done it without you. It's lovely, isn't it, this? Maybe I'm thinking, you know, as a card, this would be lovely, wouldn't it? And I'm encouraging you all to go ahead and get on with it. And it's lovely to see all the different things that you're doing. I know, Louise, you did the owl the other day. I know you were talking about decoupaging bits and pieces. But, I'm more than happy we can have a discussion about that on Sunday when you come over. That'd be lovely. There we go, see? Okay, so that's sort of all my pencil work softened out, apart from the outer border. So here, I'm just going to really lightly work in swirls. Now I know it's a little bit rough, but I'm just sort of pulling it out. And of course, there's already going to be graphite on that tortillon. Okay. Oh, thank you, Richard. Say hi to Lisa too. So here we go. I'm just going to pull it out even more. You see it's sort of getting a bit lighter. And then of course, if we go along it, there we go. Each time just getting a little bit lighter. There we go. Just sort of softening it off. Let's have a look at that. There we go. It always looks a little bit dodgy close up, doesn't it? There we go. And same on the other side. So you see from that slight little bit, look at the difference it makes. So again, I'm just going to pull it out a bit. There we go. And just sort of pulling them off. Did we do it? We did it!
I feel like I'm going to collapse. I've never worked so quick in my life. Because he turned up and I still had 15 to do, and I did them. We were really slowly passing the boxes out to him.
Oh
And
my
then John had to come up
goodness.
and print full more.
Oh no.
Oh, so yeah, they're done, girls.
Oh, the parcels are out. They're all out. Brilliant.
Dolly did come and help me now.
Did he? Yeah, he's behaving himself, isn't he, at the minute? He is, yeah.
He's trying to make up for while I was away.
I think he is. I think he missed you, Leslie. Okay, just a couple more. I suppose you've gathered that we got other parcels out. Yeah, there are tactics at times. Back in with a pen, here we go. That if he turns up and there's a lot of parcels, if you're really slow passing them to him, and somebody else can still be packing the last few. There we go. I'm just sort of touching like the top ends, just those little M shapes. Just working around those petals. We have worked so hard to get those out. I'm so glad they've gone. So glad. I really don't like to make you wait. Once you've ordered something, you like me, you just want them, don't you? Why do you have to wait? So yeah, we've got them done. There we go. We haven't done anything else, but we've got them done. All right, and this one. It's a good tip. Oh yeah, cotton wool to help it blend. Yeah, absolutely. Whatever works. Whatever works. There we go. You see? And where we've just added that extra little bit of dark blue there, I know rose, but you know, I like them to be out because, say, once you've ordered something, you want it, don't you? I know some of you wait until Christmas, but you want it. There we go. Okay, just going to bring that white pencil in now, just to sort of finish off Here we go. And I'm just going to sort of bring in a little bit just on the tops of those. I'm not going to particularly blend this out, so I'm not going all the way across it, just in little, just a couple of places, not too much there because it's going under, just in a section of it. Alright, and the same around here, just a little bit on that section there. There we go. See, just sort of adding a little bit. Same with this one. Okay. Not all the way along, just bring in a little bit. So this is really kind of nice, isn't it? Using a coloured tile means you've got this ability to add these little drops of highlights and things. There we go, just a little bit on there. And of course, if you want to, you can do the other side of those zingers. There we are. Okay, so I could actually add some here. Let's just have a look at it. There we are. But you know what? I actually think that that is probably enough. I think if we go and add more or highlight, you're just going to sort of lose the ones that we've done. So just going to add some to the top of those little shapes there. Okay, and I'm probably going to leave it at that. I think that is enough in terms of getting that tile done there. I'm just going to bring my pen back in to sign it. And of course, now this is where to sign. You're going to sign it on the inside here, you're going to sign it out here. And of course, if you wanted to, you could work along this line. You could sort of put a black line there, but I'm gonna leave it because I think the shadow is enough there. And I'm gonna, let's have a look, I'm gonna get my signature in there. There you go. So just have a look at that. If I just pull it out a bit, so there's my pink version. What if we were going to do, see, I did a yellow one. There we go. So that was using the pink distress oxide again and a bit of yellow, or an amber I think it was, on the yellow tile. You see, I could have added a bit wider there, but it doesn't matter. You could do quite a strip of them, couldn't you? And it's just really nice to sort of do something a little bit different. And then, of course, I haven't got the blue one finished, but I have inked a blue one up. Here we go, look. So that's with a bit of green and a bit of blue. So you could, you know, you could use any colour. I've even inked up one of the tiles from the earth tile section. Here we go, see? And you see where I've added a little bit of salt, so that's kind of nice too. So just to get a bit, having you know, a bit of a play and seeing what comes from it. So it's quite nice, isn't it? So if there's anything there that you want to take from it, whatever colour you want to do, whatever design. See, here I've added a couple of little extras. Let me just show you that one there. So see, on this one I've just got like a little dot. On this one I've made it a bit of a bigger bubble with little dots on it. So there's a lot of alternatives you could do if you wanted to. You see there I have added highlights there, but chose not to on this one. So have a bit of fun with this one. Let me know how you get on. Again, I think this would be beautiful as a border. Certainly of those of you doing journal pages. I mean, you could do a wider strip or a narrower strip, but absolutely. So there we go, tile 191, all done and sorted. All our parcels are out, ready for you to have them hopefully by the end of the week. And yeah, I will see you again on Friday for tile 192. Okay, have good fun with this one, and I will speak to you all soon. I'm going to go and have my cup of tea now that Leslie's just made me, so all right, I'm going to perhaps have 10 minutes and then start again. All right, you take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.